Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day as always. Today I've got an unboxing of the special edition 1968 Dodge Charger RT 2-in-1. It's a Revell kit, 125 scale, kit number 85-4202. You've probably seen this particular kit on a lot of channels. A lot of guys have built this one already. This was my first time having this one in my possession. It says there are 187 parts, molded in white, and this kit came out in 2020. So alrighty, let's go ahead and get right into this one. Here's a shot of the side. Looks like we're going to get two different wheel options, a couple of different ways to build the motor. Oh no, actually it looks like a 426 Hemi there and probably a 440 up there. That's pretty neat. Now this says Dodge Hemi related logos. Excuse me, all of that is 2016 FCA licensed. There's a shot of the back of it. And not a whole lot on the back here, on the bottom. So let's go ahead and put you down and get right into this one. This kit had previously been sitting over here on the side for quite a while. Finally getting a chance to get to it. I don't know if you can see it on camera yet. No, you cannot, but over here on the bench I've been working on the AMT construction bulldozer, so keep an eye out for that build video coming soon. I didn't do an unboxing of that one, I don't think. Oh, yes I did. What am I saying? Yes I did. I did it when I received the kit. That was a gift from Uncle Mike and Aunt Judy. And now I am getting around to building it. So be sure to check out the channel. Come back often and see what kind of goodies we got. Alrighty. Oh boy. There we go. That one came off a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Well, I really love that color. I may have to build this one that color when I do it. Back in the early 70s, where I lived, there was a neighbor down the street that had one identical to that color. Looked exactly like that. I don't remember if his had a black vinyl top or not. I'm not positive, but I remember that color distinctively. Alright, so we get 6 tires. Looks like we get 2 kind of racing slicks. No branding on those. And then 4 what we'll call stock tires. Boy, they look tiny, you know. But they're appropriate for the day, I guess. Yeah, no branding on those. Not a whole lot for the tread. Very basic. But more than those, at least. Alrighty. Here we go. Right on top we have the glass. As you know, I keep the glass in the bag as long as I can. There's the front windshield with the molded in sun visors, the rear glass, a couple of the vent windows, and this looks like a windshield washer coolant bottle right there, a couple of marker lights, maybe a dome light in there, I'm not sure on that. Alrighty. Here are the little dog dish hubcaps. That's all that's on that tree. 4 little hubcaps, so that ought to be interesting. And funny enough, they don't even show that on the cover. They show the rally wheel and maybe a 5-spoke like Krager type wheel there. There's no picture of the dog dish. Alright, find my scissors. Get right into this one. I don't know if I mentioned this is a Revell kit. They've been putting out some pretty decent stuff lately. This one here is made in the other place. But the ones I found the ones that were made over in like Germany and Poland and that, those have been some really, really nice kits. A lot of detail. The other ones from that other place are usually on the thinner side, just like this. Here is the frame. It's on a, well, it's not thin, but it's thinner than what we're kind of used to here. This is a little bit on the thinner side. Okay, and here's the interior bucket, a couple of radiator hoses, and 2 little shock absorbers. Here's the bottom chassis. Inside it, in here, in what we'll call the trunk well, it says copyright 1997, so obviously this kit has been around for a while. Here's the bottom, decent amount of detail, but again, a little bit thin. Here we have the back seat and the door cards, which are also thinner, so we're just going to go with a theme here. Let's just say this kit is on the thinner side with the plastic. Could be a lot better, a lot heavier duty. Detail is nice. These little like faux leather pouches and that. You used to be able to stick your road maps in those. Yeah, very nice. Okay, and here are the front seats. Bucket seats, nice detail on those, and here's the backs of those. Then we get to the body. Alright, here's the body. Alright folks, here's the body. It's a Coke bottle design, it looks like, right? Nice vents on the door. Remember there's some mold line releases right here, or mold lines. You need to sand them down a bit, get them cleaned up, make it look nice. The body's nice, the thickness is decent on the body. This little piece has to come out. We've got our inner fender wells there, molded in, very basic. Looks like the window could use a little bit of work. The trim itself doesn't look very smooth right there. It's going to have to be sanded down a little bit. I don't know if you can see a little discoloration in the camera, but it's right there. Other than that, it's pretty nice. Set that there. Here we have the dash pad. Very cool. I like that. And here's the dash board itself. Nice detail on that. Could be a little more defined, but it is there. Okay. A couple different options for pulleys and fan belts. Transmission. A battery. Brake booster. Heater coolant lines, which I like. That's a nice touch. Here are the parking brake, clutch, and the service brake, and the fuel pedal, gas pedal. Leaf springs, rear end, rear housing cover. Very nice. Here's some clear red lenses for your tail lights. Here's the rear panel. Very neat looking, reminiscent of Cornet of that same era. Here's the front valance. And this is the hood latch and part of the support for the radiator. Here's the radiator core support. Here's firewall, minimal detail. Cross braces for the shock towers, I believe. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not sure on that one. Part number 86. I'll have to look that up. That's what it looks like. All right, here's a little windshield wiper motor right there. This is, could be a starter. 149. All right, guys, we're gonna look up 149 and 86. All right. Here's K member. right there, with your torsion bars, spindles for the front wheels, the full exhaust with mufflers. I don't know what these are. They look like little block offs or something. Part 92. Oh, I'm going to be looking up all kinds of things. Well, here's the starter. So that other thing, I'm not sure what that is yet. Could be a air conditioning pump or power steering. Here's the steering column. I'm sorry, the steering gearbox and the rod that goes between the steering wheel and the box. Radiator, fan shroud, hood hinges, distributor with the vacuum advance on there. This is the heater box for under the hood. And speaking of the hood, we get two different hoods, which is nice. Get the big old scoop there that goes onto that one, and then a standard flat hood, which is nice. Center console is very nice looking, pretty large. Here's another distributor with the vacuum advance on it. Here's master cylinder, horns, 151. This is power steering pump. It looks like we have two power steering pumps. They look identical, but they have two different part numbers. Maybe for each engine variation you go for. Here's another windshield wiper motor. Interesting. The steering wheel. And then the column, steering column. And another bag of molded in white parts. So pretty high parts count on this kit. Excuse me, I might be able to have a lot of spare parts left over for other builds. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. Look at this, guys. We get the standard steel wheels that those dog dish hubcaps will go on. So that's really neat. If you're not going to use them on this kit, you can save them for something else like that. Here is an engine. We get two engines, guys. I see it now. Great. So we get this one here. Looks like the 426 Hemi. This would be your 440. I may have that backwards, but either way. Nice 7-bladed fan. Again, a little bit thin, but nice. This is the 440 block and heads and valve covers, oil pan, timing chain cover, air cleaner. It's got a little bit of flash in there. It's just a round circled air cleaner. Here is the intake manifold, and I believe this is another intake manifold for like a blower setup, but I'm not positive on that yet. Stock exhaust manifolds, very nice looking. The oil filler tube there, or no, that's the ignition coil. I'm sorry, I was looking at it upside down. Here are the strut mounts. Oh no, these are the shock absorber that go on the rear coils. I'm talking crazy here. The rear leaf springs. These are the shackle plates there, and that's the shock absorbers. Boy, oh boy. Sorry, guys. And here is the Hemi engine with the dual quad setup intake, shock absorber, and shackles again for the rear end. Not shackles, but the plate where the U-bolts go through to hold the thing to the thing. This looks like a 4-bladed fan. That's interesting. Some wheel backings. Also, there were wheel backings on this tree. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. The heads, oil pan, roll cage, roll bar. This looks like a wheels. Oh, you see that? That is a engine stand, old school 3-legged engine stand. There's the main wheel in the front. So you'll be able to build an engine for the vehicle and then another one to display on the side. That's very cool. Always like that. I always end up just using the engine for something else rather than display it. Alrighty. So that's that for molded in white parts. Now we have another chrome tree here, which is very cool. Looks like we're going to get two more wheel options. I'll do those first. Here's the rally rims, Chrysler rally wheels. Those are nice, always one of my favorites. And here are Chrysler style, actually look like Keystone style, with the way the flare is on the bottom of the spokes. Mag wheels, alternator, dual carburetors. Alright, the Hemi valve covers, a different type of air cleaner for, this is for the dual quad setup, that's what that is. That goes right on top of those. Windshield wipers, a shifter, side mirror, another alternator. Interesting. This is the rear view mirror right there. Two little chrome rings. They probably go, I don't know, number 8. I'll look that up too. There might be rear wheel inserts or something. Here's the rear bumper. Here's the front bumper, which is really nice looking. Some license plates. A couple tail lens bezels for the brake lights. A single carburetor. Some nice RT insignia there, badging. That's very nice. This is the little deal that goes into the fan blade. That's your fan, clutch fan thing, whatever that was called. Tips for your tailpipes. Little this goes in the middle of the back seat, I believe. Maybe not. No, I'm looking at the back seat. It doesn't have it. I thought it was like on the Impalas, how they have that on the back seat, but that's not what that is. Some more little details here. Door handles. Another little hubcap, it looks like. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the fuel cap. I forgot about that. That's a neat feature, that fuel cap that flips up on the top of the rear quarter. And again, the windshield wipers. So that's it for parts. Let's see what we have for decals real quick. Oh man, those are beautiful, guys. Look at all those choices we have there. Got the stripe for across the back of the car. Some solid stripes. Some like drag racer sponsors, Shifty's racing transmissions. Hemified, it says. That's pretty cool. Miscellaneous sponsor decals there, Hurst and Chrysler, Champion, Fram, Valvoline. Big old Super B looking there. That's pretty cool. Over here we have air cleaner for the 440. Some miscellaneous badging. A couple under the hood items. Pretty cool. 68 RT license plate from California. And then the black plate ZEF 404 for California. That's pretty cool. Now, what we have left, the instructions, and who remembers the numbers I was supposed to look up? I didn't write them down. Sorry, guys. Alright, here we go. A little bit of a write-up on the vehicle itself. Pretty cool. Parts list, and if I remembered those numbers, I'd be able to look at them right here and tell you what they were, but I didn't remember them. I didn't write them down, so I'm just going to wing it. We'll put our stock street engine together, which apparently is the 440. Transmission. They don't tell you what kind of trans it is. It's a manual trans. Here we have the race version, which we know is the 426. There we go. There's your, oh, that's what that little piece is for the top of the engine stand. Okay, that's that thing I was talking about. It goes into the fan. I don't remember what it's called. I kept thinking clutch fan, but that's the other part of it. Here's the four-bladed fan on the Hemi. That's kind of funny. Alright. Here's the heater box, console, pedals. Oh, that piece 17, that chrome piece that I thought was for like in the back seat for the Impala, is the back of the console. So that's one down. That bracing that I thought was for the leaf or the coil springs in the front, the shock absorbers, is a brace for the back. Most likely the race version. Yep. Oh, it goes in the street version also. Seats. That. Shifter. Okay, the race version. Right there. Put our little vent windows in. Missed those. Those are so cool. Put that together. A lot of steps. A lot of nice details. There we go. Here's those things that go with you here. I still can't remember what they're called. The little plates the U-bolts go through to hook the shock mounts to the leaf springs. 124. Yep, sorry folks, hit the 20-minute mark. Camera shut off. Alright. Left off on the leaf springs. Go to the wheels. There's your dog dish caps. Okay, so those rings were inner pieces for the wheels. Okay. The chrome rings. I wasn't sure what they were. I thought they were for the air cleaner at first. And 92 are also plugs for there. They're not for anything else. They're part of the wheel backings. So you get two options to do the wheels. Huh. Alright. Croche tips. Transparent red for your license plate. I mean your tail lights. And the little bullet-like things that go into the lights. That's cool. That'll stand out nice. Nice detail. There was one more item. I couldn't recognize it. Okay. That's that. And here we're putting our decals on. Stock and street. I like that. That's really nice. And then this is if you want to do the race version. So really, you get a three-in-one kind of option. All right. I'm gonna look back real quick because I don't remember what that one piece was. Okay. Well, it's a starter. 148. Yeah, it was a starter. The other one. The 93 was the other number, so we got three different starters, because this one's number 62. I'm confused now. Oh, this one isn't a starter. That is maybe a fuel pump? Is that what's located right there, guys? That's where I was having the issue. I didn't recognize that because I thought we do get two starters, and then 93 is another thing that I thought was a starter, but I think it's the fuel pump. So alrighty folks, that'll be it for that one. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you so very much for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one. This is Model Car Guy Rich out. Keep on modeling.